How una day, my beautiful and amazing people? I salute you according to na time, or depending on where na time that they listen to us. I welcome you to this beautiful day with another bongalicious information, my people. Now, well done, and my people. Now, welcome. One that shall never end. Una the heri, where to with the heri? My people, no be small thing, no. Our legendary actor will be the man where everybody sabi say, they fear anybody. A traditionalist where they speak the truth and where they say things the way it happens. Where be Ugezu. He has commended our royal queen May for standing up to her responsibility by not accepting Edochie again. He said he was just keeping quiet to hear what will happen. Whether Queen May will make that mistake, that would have been the greatest mistake of her life. My people now know say this man, what they call Ugezu, has been on this case from the beginning of it, and the man has been saying the truth. The man has been saying things the way it is. He was the first man that confronted Pete Edochie and said, "You never behaved like a legend. Why didn't you protect this girl? You didn't protect this daughter. You didn't do well. When the whole this battles began, you would have used your position as a father in the house and protected this lady. Things wouldn't have get worse as it is right now." He was the first one that told Sapete Edochie that all the gra, all the gri, all the bas, where Judy Austin and Judy Edochie they do for social media. Send as Sapete Edochie give them the strength. You know why? Because he kept quiet. They feel say nobody can talk. That's why you see Judy Austin was insulting everybody, including himself, on that in that family. Because if he has stood up to his responsibility, that who be Judy, where the family of Edochie's are to come and be causing confusion. No matter what in carry. He say, may they know they fear Judy. Judy no carry anything. Now those are fantastic powers where the native doctors they give them. Now be waiting they make them inherit the shark. But naturally, Judy no carry any power. Say there are people who carry natural powers that even some shrine cannot be able to stand some natural being where God endowed with some natural powers. Say Judy no carry any of those things. Judy only they make noise. When he go shrine, they give am once more juju. Carry the juju, they make noise. Say people like Judy, when they feel walk without juju, say they not supposed to intimidate a family like Sapete Edochie family. Say Sapete himself carry natural power. And that Sapete stood and same and make a decree that it will stand. But it's quite unfortunate that he never remembered that decree when it was needed most. When this daughter of his that was suffering under his son needed that decree, Sapete, who was silent and was dumb and never said anything. So at that time, I remember severally, he was the one that stood up and tells Sapete, you need to call to an end this kind of basbos. People they drag and throw your family today because you accepted it. If you reject it, it will not happen. You gave Judy Austin all the whole powers to act through you, Edochie. Because if you had made a statement earlier, all this nonsense would have stopped. But you kept quiet. And your silence was interpreted to be consent. That was what Judy Austin interpreted your silence to be. And she capitalized on it and was dealing with everybody in your family, including yourself. That's why things are the way it is right now. My people no be smart, They say Ugezu. Before has told Edochie family to leave Queen May alone and forget about her because they have made a mistake already. The lady has taken a decision and nobody can push her back of it. But according to what everybody says, he also said it that nobody has a right to dictate or suggest for Queen May whatever she will do, that it is left for her to make her decision and deal with the issues the way that is best to her. So Ugezu has come up to appreciate Queen May and said that he is very proud of that lady, that lady is not predictable, and that lady is a strong lady. It's not somebody that you can toss around like that. That for her to stand her ground, irrespective of the quality of men that were pleading with her shows that she didn't just take that decision in a haste. She was not cajoled into it. She was not lured into it. She did it after several thoughts and intense scrutiny and discovered that that is the best for her. And that is why she has taken it. And she has shown the whole world that she didn't take the mistake in it. She didn't take the decision on a mistake. It was her intention to quit the marriage. And meanwhile, according to Ugezu, that is the best thing that can happen to Queen May, is to quit the marriage. Because right now, even if you, the Edochie, comes back to Queen May, it's going to be dangerous for two people who don't trust themselves to stay together in a family. It is going to be dangerous for two people who had different pains in their heart to stay together in the family. It is dangerous for people who have not completely healed and who didn't make a decision to come back but was lured into it to stay together, that he will never advise any of his daughter or sons to return to such a marriage that he or she has never healed of. If it is Queen May that actually wanted you, the Edochie, back as a woman, that will be a different thing. Everybody will say, are you sure of what you're doing? Are you really sure? But forcing a woman back is suicidal. It is dangerous, because anything can come out of that marriage. Because tomorrow, the young man that is still young in the industry, that have not retired, that will be going for show and have a lot of women around him, and that will still be meddling with women after all this problem he had before, now going back to the wife that said, I can't be conjured into polygamy. I don't want to share you with anybody. If you're interested in sharing, go ahead and stay with anybody you want to stay. But me, I'm not interested in sharing you with anybody. Then that same woman, you now married her again and still be going out with other women. It is very, very dangerous, because it can make her take some drastic decision that will cause havoc in the family. So the best thing Queen May had done is to say no. And anybody who is forcing Queen May to say yes does not know what he's doing. He now called on his friend again and said, Sir Pete Edochie should not waste his time persuading the lady that what Pete did is the best thing he can do, trying to find out whether it is reconcilable, whether this lady's mind is there. If the lady says no, you walk out, because that is the right thing. You cannot force her. You can take a horse to the river, but you cannot force the horse to drink. And Sir Pete Edochie has done his best by taking a horse to the river and allowing the horse to drink. And if the horse refuses to drink, you can't force water into the mouth of a horse. That is it. And now, trying to protect his son, which he has been doing for many years, which has caused him this problem and caused the family the whole thing, had been the problem of the Edochie's. Now, the person you want to protect is a person who does not know what he's doing. It's a person who is not interested in what anybody, who is so selfish and only interested in himself and what pleases him. He now told Sir Pete that he has to be very careful trying to protect his son, you, because his son, you, has fallen off from what he thinks he is. It's no longer the son he knows before. That something has taken over him. And that he has been suggesting and saying this, that for them to get this guy back, they need to do cleansing on him. That guy does not act on himself. He is just staggering in his spiritual state. He gets himself today, he falls back tomorrow. He gets himself again today, he falls down tomorrow. It's just a staggering nature of his spiritual state that you are seeing. He actually wants to return back to his family, but he doesn't have the strength to push. He doesn't have the tenacity to move. And that is why whenever they want to press him, wherever they keep him, they will still get him back. The young lady came and boasted that she has him back. And now he has cajoled the young man into joining her back. Yes, because nothing has been done. You don't leave such a spiritual relationship ordinarily, according to the Ugezu. You don't leave a spiritual relationship ordinarily. You must go through spiritual forces and powers to cut off a spiritual relationship. That one thing the Edochie's don't know is Judy Austin's relationship with you, the Edochie, is not just ordinary, but it has gone through extraordinary. It has gone through far. It has gone through extraordinary. And that is one thing that they fail to understand. That until the day they will understand this, the day they will understand this, that is the only day that so many things are going to change. My people, no be small thing, no. Ugezu is admonishing the Edochie's to remove their hand from any reconciliation process anybody's initiating between me and you, Edochie, that is not the best. And if they want to go ahead, they can go ahead. But take it from him that is not the best and can never yield a better result. My people, everybody knows say this man is a traditionalist and he doesn't lie. He doesn't fear anybody. He has spiritual powers and he has insight. God reveals things to him. He notices, I don't know how he does it because he's not a church person, he's a traditionalist, but he sees, he acts, he's a moralist, he sees, he behaves in a way that suits whatever power he carries because he's endowed with some spiritual powers and he makes use of them very, very well and very, very appropriately. My people, no be smart, That is why he has come out to release his own insight over this issue. He said that nobody should blame anybody in this thing because it is the fault of you, Edochie, and the fault of Judy Austin, because their greediness and their selfishness is what led into this thing. Two people who are greedy and selfish came together, and their vices they carry push them into causing problem for another person. Now the only victim in this whole thing is me, you, Edochie. And that is why he keeps protecting and watching over me and give her advice. And he believes that she hears what he says and puts it into practice because that's the only thing that will help her. She is the only victim here. You and Judy are, they are victims of their own greediness and selfishness. Judy wanted to eat money made by another person. You wanted to carry another person's wife, add to the one he had. Greediness is what is pushing both of them, and it has landed them into serious issue. Now, they cannot get out of it. Everybody is laughing and jubilating that Yul Edochie and Judy Austin has gotten back again. Yul and Judy are not together. They are separate. In fact, they are more separate now than they were before. But the only thing is that Judy is playing a game. He's playing a game to save his face, to save her face, sorry, so that people will not understand. My people, a lot of stories there. One thing where they make me to they believe this Ugezu is that the report where they give us from the Nollywood, Asabawood, and the Nollywood industry, they say this man no get friend, this man no they talk to anybody, this man is just pure, he they maintain himself. Anytime we want to talk to you now, anything concerning the set, or when he has a revelation for you, he's always quiet. He has that calm nature, always quiet, and speak only when it is necessary. He doesn't talk anyhow. That is why you see him, whenever he opens his mouth, wisdoms will flow, and he will give you information as it is. That's why whenever he talks about our royal queen, I'm very happy because he's one of the men I know that have been protecting me. He told me that she has no more business in the Edochie family again because everything there don't offend the woman's spirit. That the woman's spirit is completely offended and she has to tell herself the truth and not to force herself into what she doesn't want to do. Yul Edochie and Judy Austin has become the weapon fashioned against themselves to buy themselves and to destroy themselves, and that nobody should put mouth into them so that they will not use you and cry. No, they have already finished their life, finished their future, and finished their career. That it is not fair that anybody comes to stain himself with whatever that comes from them. My people, Queen May is focused right now. I know. Queen May is very focused. And Queen May is not disturbed by anything anybody is doing. And anytime this man talks to Queen May listens and implements whatever he says. Queen May does not joke with the voice of Ugezu. The man is not a popular Hollywood actor, but is a legend in action. If you know him, you know that the joke. My people no be smart, Even me here, Niger celebrity, have already celebrated Queen May's rejection of Yul Edochie. I already know that's not the best for her. And that's why I told you guys the other day that it is not possible, from my own point of view. It is not possible for Kwime to return back to you, the Doche. Whoever that is giving that prophecy or that dream is lying. The person should go and treat malaria. If actually the person, let's say he sees it in a prophecy or in a dream, the person should actually take malaria drug. In fact, retreat the person, retreat him with the whole of even added typhoid self, because it is something that is not tangible. It is something that is not feasible. Knowing fully well how the whole thing began, how Queen May was abandoned. Let me not go into the buy of Kambili because it's as if we're overflogging it. But it's part of what made Queen May to leave her marriage. You, Edochie, abandoned her to the time she needed everybody most. She mourned alone. And that is very bad. The thing made this lady so devastated. My people no be smart, you know. Ugezu has advised Judy Austin to go and find something and keep herself busy. If she thinks that you, the Doche, will continue to stay with her forever, she's a liar. And if she thinks that whatever she's using to hold you, the Doche, will work forever, she's a liar. He also said that if Judy Austin thinks that he can succeed in this fight against Edochie's and May, she's also a liar. Because the fight will eat her up, will engulf her, and you, the Edochie, will not stay with her forever. And the Edochie's has already abandoned her. She's just the one making trouble. You know, it's just that nobody wants to make the same trouble with her. That's why everything is happening the way it's happening right now. He said Judy Austin is supposed to look for the black sheep when the sun is high, because if the sun goes down, the black sheep cannot be seen even in darkness. A lot of things are happening around. Judy Austin need to fix herself somewhere. A lot of opportunities are coming out in government. Judy Austin should use the influence of you, the Edochie, and go close to the government and see what she can do. There are many works than what you think. It's if only you have strength to work. So, my people, Sir Ugezu is advising and admonishing Judy Austin and cohorts, especially those prick warriors and husband snatchers association, that they should please go and take care of themselves. They should please find out and see where they can do a thorough check of their body so that they can live for tomorrow. They should not allow stress to disturb them. Judy Austin has had enough stress and doesn't need more. The man is telling him that the only thing that can stop the stress over her life is to go and look for a decent job and start doing it. Or else she will still be running from pillar to pole, from pillar to post, and which is not going to do her any good. My people no be small thing o. Una dey see am, wonders shall never end. Wonders shall never end. This man has just opened up everything. But one beautiful thing I like is that he said he's praying for Queen May, and that the God of Queen May is very alive, and that no weapon fashioned against Queen May shall prosper, and Queen May's good heart will continue to protect her, and nothing evil shall befall her. If you check Ugezu, these are the people that have been holding the Nollywood industry, the integrity of the Nollywood industry for years now. Because without people like him, the Nollywood would have been a child's play. Especially this time, their president seems to be like someone who is not too grounded in what they are doing. If not people like Ugezu, where they come up and speak on issues that are happening, Nollywood would have been Nollywood would have been a dustbin of immorality and idolatry, because idolatry and immorality was creeping into the Nollywood so much before people like Ugezu stood their ground and said, no, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And they started having different meetings and begin to discuss how way forward of this. Right now, they can boast of a decent a decent Nollywood in Nigeria, a decent Nollywood. That is, this is a place where people will come, act their movie, and go home without being stained by another person's dirtiness. My people no be small thing o. Na so the gist reach our table as I make a touchlight am with una. Like and share this video and God will bless you. Make una have a nice day. Bye.